This is Geometry 3.2b. We're talking more about algebraic properties and their proofs. So what we're looking at today is focusing in on the reflexive property of equality. It seems kind of silly. It's just AB equals AB. It's the same thing equaling itself. Where that can be used is when we talk about a triangle that's split into two triangles using the same piece. AB is in the left triangle, AB is in the right triangle. So AB is the same length in both triangles. Our reasoning that we can write in a proof when we say that the two segments are the same is the reflexive property. It's a reflection. It's the same thing. In angles, we can do the same idea. You can have your first triangle. We have the green one. Then you have your second triangle, which is the blue one. If you notice, they both have the same angle B. The green triangle has angle B. The blue triangle has angle B. So angle B in the green is considered equal to the angle B of the blue triangle. They're reflexive. That's what allows us to write that step. So now we have terminology for that. Then there's something called the transitive property. Now, transitive property is very much like substitution. Okay? But we'll also do a transitive property in the future with congruence, and that'll be very important. But here, we see that AB equals CD. So my height is equal to your height. CD is equal to EF. Your height is equal to your friend's height. Therefore, or then, we know that my height is equal to your friend's height. It takes three parts to do that. Notice that in reflexive, it's only one main statement, and they're exactly the same. Down here, none of them are exactly the same. And it's taking three equal signs, three statements. Two of them on the if, one of them on the then. Segment AB is equal to CD, and CD is equal to EF. Therefore, AB is equal to EF. Called the transitive property. And you can do the same thing for angles. If these two equal each other, and the measurement of angle B equals the measurement of angle C, we seem to be missing that, so we need to get that in there. If A equals B and B equals C, then the measurement of angle A has to equal the measurement of angle C. Three steps again, three different things, three equal signs. Two of them in the if, one of them in the then. That's called the transitive property. Okay? So some people would look at this and think of substitution. If we have angle B and angle B, and we know angle B is C, so I substitute it in, then A equals C. Substitution. That would be just fine. They're kind of interchangeable. Where we really need transitive later is when we talk about congruence. You can't do substitution then. So transitive would be very helpful in that case. All right, a couple examples. Ones that are like your homework and your test. Here we're going to use the transitive property. Remember, look up at your transitive property. Transitive property requires three parts. Two ifs and one then. If R equals S and S equals 44. What are we going to be able to say if we're trying to discuss a transitive property? That R is going to be the same as 44. It's almost like substitution, just substituting what S is back into it. R equals 44. Exactly. Good job. Reflexive property. Sam, what you have for reflexive property? It's going to just equal the same thing. That's what we learned about up here. Here's two examples of really where it comes into play. Here we're just given it, so it's going to be the same thing. The measurement of angle N. Good job. Now this goes back to what we learned earlier, addition property of equality. What do you think goes in the blank? RS equals TV. This is what we're started with. This we know for sure. These two parts are the same. And if we add the same amount to both sides, then it would have to be RS adding something and TV adding that same thing if this is going to be the addition property of equality. Got to add the same thing to both sides of an equal sign. Last part, substitution. What are we going to do for substitution? So then we're looking at how the measure of angle 1 is 20. We're going to remove angle 1 and we're going to plug in the 20. Then we can bring down our measure of angle 2. So substitute in, you take your measure of angle 1 away and you replace it with the 20. Substitution.